Welcome to SKOL'ing with Friends. That's right, friends. We don't have any enemies in the business. We have friends. The whole idea is to have a one-on-one, possibly one-on-two, but most likely one-on-one interviews with knowledgeable individuals. These individuals could be from the press, such as beat writers, broadcasters, or podcasters like us, or even from the team itself. We aim to not only feature people from Vikings land who we may already know, but also individuals from other teams who can contribute to your Vikings knowledge as we grow our fandom for the purple, your Minnesota Vikings, the team we all love. It's time to skol and meet the new friend now. Hey everybody, it's Dave here and R.A.P.
What's up?
On this episode of SKOL'ing with Friends. We haven't had a SKOL'ing with Friends episode in over a year. So you get to inaugurate the first live one for everybody to join us, and we can't wait. Glad everybody is here, from Gary to Julian to Skol Mafia. Glad you are here as well. Skol Mafia, I'd figure you'd be setting up to go cut trees somewhere. And
Yeah.
Speaking of which, there's a little bit of tropical storm. Little Miss Debbie. She rolled through the armpit of Florida, and then she's now in your neck of the woods. Have you gotten a little bit of rain?
Yeah, we've got a little bit of rain, nothing too crazy, nothing to panic about. We're kind of used to these type of situations down here in Charleston, South Carolina. Anyway, we get these all the time. So, I mean, so far, so good. So far, so good. No power outages, none of that. So, hey, thank God. Thank God for that. They said it's supposed to get worse tomorrow, though. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Hopefully it doesn't get worse where you lose power.
I know, right?
But I want to welcome everybody that's here. This is a fan show tonight. We're not doing, deep analysis like last night and debating whether or not J.J. McCarthy is ready or not to start. We may talk about it, but we're not, putting our first-hand eyeballs on the subject. So that's what we're doing tonight, just to let everybody know. But I wanted to introduce you to some of my fans. A lot of our fans are the same people, which is absolutely fantastic, because we both have good channels and we love talking about the Minnesota Vikings. Mm-hmm. I want to know how you started out in this video blogging, or however you want to describe it, business prior to today.
Yeah, so honestly, I was just so on Sundays, I'm married, right? And my wife, she's into football, but you know how it usually is, right? Your wife's she's just kind of I'll support it, I'll watch it with you, but I'm not like Skol Vikings, right? So, and I would vent to her. And none of my friends down here in Charleston are Vikings fans. I got a couple dudes that I rock with that are, but not close, that I call and we vent and stuff like that. So I would catch myself just venting to myself, being mad and stuff like that around the house when we lose, and happy when we win, but enjoying these emotions by myself or not liking them by myself. And then one day I was just laying in bed and I'm like, you know what, man, I have to talk to somebody. All right, I need some Vikings fans to help me get through this, right? So I just was like, man, I'm going to just start a channel. And honestly, Purple Daily, regardless how some people may feel, I love Purple Daily, man. I love them over there. They were a big inspiration on me starting, because I used to listen to them all the time. And I was like, well, I hear them talking about the team, man. Let me get on there and talk about the team. You know what I'm saying? Because I got some stuff to talk about. So, and that's pretty much how it happened, man. It was really random. I thought about it on a Monday, ordered my equipment on a Tuesday, started on a Wednesday type of deal, man. It was like that. So for sure.
Well, that's cool. How many years has it been so far?
So now it's been 2.5 years. Yeah, okay. So 2.5 years, man, and it's been fun. Time actually flies when you're having fun. That's for sure, man. To say it's been 2.5 years is kind of crazy sitting here right now. But it's been a great ride, and I always say we're just getting started. You know what I mean? We're just getting started, and we need that Super Bowl, baby.
Yes,
For
we
sure.
do. And 2.5 years will turn into 2.5 decades. Trust me.
I'm telling you.
Now,
Hey, for
when I
sure.
started, obviously there wasn't the video portion of it. There was only the written, and then
Yeah.
do the writing thing, and then we went to the podcasting thing, and now we do the video and the podcasting thing, and some of the written stuff still as well. But
Yeah.
we are glad to have you. There can't be enough quality hosts and people talking Minnesota Vikings. Now, your show, as I perceive it, is very fan-centric, right?
Yeah.
You are talking as a fan with the fans and getting everybody pumped up and excited, or going on a little bit of a rant or two if a certain quarterback didn't play well for that game. Why did you choose that route?
Because I just wanted to keep it authentic. You know, I know I'm not like I've never had dreams on being like a pro beat writer or trying to be a professional. You know, I kind of just wanted to keep it authentic, you know, just be me, and just lay my emotions on the line as far as talking about our team, and giving a place for fans that are similar to me to be able to come on the channel and express their feelings as well without having to worry about being so professional or saying the wrong thing, or, you know, feeling like, oh, if I don't know X's and O's, I can't really talk about my team. It's like, nah, like we can all come over here, talk. We can disagree, but we're still family. And at the end of the day, man, that's just what I wanted to start. So I just wanted to start a community where we can come over there and just kind of just have fun and talk Vikings football without being too technical. It's almost just like, you feel like this, I feel like this, and let's just talk about it. We don't have to get so technical into the, you know, footwork and all that good stuff, which is great though. I enjoy watching that type of stuff though. I enjoy consuming that type of content, but like as far as doing it, I'm not super big into it, man. I just like to come on here and freestyle, man. And you know my lives, Dave. Like I don't have any kind of script. I don't have it. I just hit record and I'm on there, and the chat usually runs the show, and that's pretty much what it is.
Yep.
Sure.
And what's the name of the show now?
Vocal Vike. Yeah, just Vocal Vike. You know, it was Purple Pocket Podcast for the ones who know, Triple P. You know, we used to call it Triple P, and then I switched it to Vocal Vike just due to, really, it made sense. And I talked to people like, you know, Papa Gary in the building, you know, like people that I really reach out to and just get their opinions on things. I don't know if I reached out to you, Dave. I might have sent you and asked you how you felt about it too, because I had you you actually helped me, and, you know, shout out to Dave for making my banner for my channel. So you know, so yeah, you know, I reach out to the ones that I really appreciate and respect, and ask their opinion. And Vocal Vike, it was like, yeah, I like the idea. So I just think it was better for marketing for me being a solo.
I think it's a great idea. That's turned out extremely well. You've got a ton of subscribers already. We hope to grow that. The goal this year should be 5,000 to 10,000.
Yeah, and it is. Yep, it is.
And that's also the goal for Vikings First and Skol. And we want to get there along with everybody else. It's not a us versus them thing. It's a we thing. We want everybody in the space to get better, to grow audience, because why? We love this team. Even if they, you know, give us heartburn and heart attacks and all sorts of frustrations over the years, we do love the purple. So
Absolutely, man. That's a good goal, man. I like that goal, Dave. That 10,000. I always like to dream a little big, so, you know, I like the 5,000, but the 10,000 sounds a little better. So what we need everybody to tell a friend to come subscribe to not only First and Skol, but Vocal Vike. See, I almost went back to Triple P. You know what I mean? But if you type that in, it pops up anyway. So either one.
Well, that's cool. I see. Speaking of dealing with frustration, but enjoying us and supporting us all, or a lot of the good shows, is the lovely and beautiful Miss Mary. She's in the comments. She has been a real big cheerleader for us and giving us support on the back end, and we love her for it. Now, that's enough about you right now. Let's talk about what you're seeing so far in this 2024 campaign for the Minnesota Vikings. What do you like? Thank you, Gary, for the super chat. Appreciate it.
Yeah. I mean, like, besides the obvious, right? So we'll leave the obvious for a little later, I guess. We'll talk about the obvious later. Besides that, you know, I'm really intrigued about what this defense is going to do. Some of the younger guys, for example, like the Drake Rodriguez's of the world. I really want to see what he does. Nudie, I'm excited to see Nudie play cornerback. I think he's going to make an impact. You know, I felt like he had a chance to make the team last year, but I think this year now it's definitely solidified. I think we're going to have some guys that it's not going to be surprising to me or maybe you, but there might be some other guys that it might be surprising to, some other fans, shall I say. But I think Andrew Booth is out of the door and Nudie will come in and take over that spot. But the defense in particular is what I'm really, really excited to watch and see if they can really carry us. Like, are we transitioning? And I know we have Justin Jefferson and the quarterback obviously battle, but is this team going to be centered more around defense this year, or is the offense going to still be carrying the load? And I'm excited to see how that plays out for sure.
That's a smart thought process by you. I think Brian Flores is doing a fantastic job. I think he made more with less last year than any other coach I've ever seen in my life. He created new defensive schemes.
Yeah.
And that are probably going to go down here in 5-10 years. It's going to be called the Flores defense, like the Fangio defense or whoever you want to name as a specific style of defense, the Zimmer, because what he does. I think he has better talent this year. He still has some of the same lesser talent from last year, but I think we've improved, in particularly with edge rushers.
Yeah.
Because last year we had Danielle Hunter, and we all loved Danielle Hunter. Danielle Hunter's great. Hopefully Danielle Hunter has success down in New Orleans, except for when he plays us, or not New Orleans, the Texans. But now we have Dallas Turner, just drafted. Everything we're hearing out of camp is he's looking special.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing anything other than that. There's a few times when Darisaw stonewalls him, but Darisaw does
that's
that.
Darisaw, though. Yeah.
To the best of them.
Right.
Much less a rookie.
Yeah.
You got Van Ginkel, and you've got, who's the other one on the other side?
Grenard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so I think we're going to generate a little bit more pass rush that way, which I think is good. We may even get a little bit up the middle, I hope, or at least, a little pushback up the middle. But I think that's going to help because I think we need it to offset what I view as probably our weakest spot, which is the corner room. How do you feel about the corner?
Yeah, I mean, I do feel like that's probably one of our weaker spots. Now, but what I look at is the secondary as a whole. The safeties, I believe, lifts the corners up a little bit because they also can help a lot with the safeties. And speaking on the rush too, I mean, the pass rush is definitely going to help our cornerbacks out. Shout out to Delton, man. So Delton in the chat, he called in last Friday when I had my show, and he was saying, hey, like he thinks a lot of Vikings fans are kind of sleeping on our cornerback depth, to be real. And he's saying those guys looking good out there on top of us having the pass rush. That's going to take care of a lot of the deficiencies that we have at the cornerback position. Now, at the end of the day, I value the cornerback position because I know it's important, right? Like I know that the cornerback position is super important. It's a passing league and you need good guys that can stop the guys from catching the ball. So that you have to emphasize that. But again, I think we're going to be okay. I will agree with you. I'll say this, Dave. I think our weakest spot on the defense is probably our interior defensive line, like that. And that's why I'm excited to see like the guys like Drake and things like that, to see if we can get a guy that can switch it up a little bit and actually cause pressure or force double teams and stuff like that, because I feel like we haven't had that. I love Harrison Phillips, but you know, he does a lot of good things, but he also has things that he really doesn't do well, in my opinion, that I feel like we need. So I'm excited though, man, all in all.
He's not a pass rusher. He's a run
Right.
stopper. And
Yeah, he's a run stopper.
Fine at that. But it would be nice to have a little pass rush pressure up the middle. And I think next year, when we roll into the 2025 draft, that's going to be one of the high needs on the team that they're going to be targeting, is looking at the interior defensive line. So,
yeah. But to your point, though, Dave, with the corners, though, I do feel like maybe, and you can tell me how you feel about this. I do think we probably should bring in maybe a veteran, though. Honestly, like, I don't think it would hurt, like one of those veterans that are out there. I know there's been a couple names thrown out there. I wouldn't be mad, right? Like, I would be A-okay with the Gilmore or JC Jackson or Howard, whatever the case may be, for sure.
Or a Dory Jackson, yes.
Or a Dory, yes.
Darren on 2 Bloggers calls them the Jackson twins, JC and Adoree. So either I'd be happy with those guys as well. I don't know that they're going to do it though. Now, you worry about the interior defensive line. I think some of that can be schemed out of it, because I think we're going to see Grenard, Van Ginkel, and Dallas Turner all on the field at the same time. And one of them's going to be in the interior. I think it's going to be Dallas Turner pushing that way, along with maybe Levi Drake Rodriguez, with the motor that reminds Judd of Johnny Randall. That, hey, who knows? But I think B-Flow sits there with his chess pieces and moves everybody around, and he messes with the quarterback's head. I think he gets the biggest thrill out of that, of try to figure out what we're doing now type of thing. And the offensive coordinator on the sidelines going, and the quarterback's like, I got 8 guys on the line. I'm going to be blitzed, and turns around and they only, rush 3. It's going to be fun, because I think the defense can be better than last year.
I agree. Think about this too. People probably remember this, but if not, I'm going to remind you. When Brian Flores had one of his first press conference, I'm not going to say his first. It might have been like maybe his 3rd or 4th press conference as a Minnesota Viking, right? And they were asking him questions, and it wasn't about the question; it was the answer that he gave. And he said, "Look, I treat every game as a different entity. And I'm not saying this verbatim, but like." That's when I heard that, it was a breath of fresh air, because you have certain coaches that they have their formula and they just go with the same formula, no matter who the opponent is, no matter who it is, they just do the same thing and just expect the defense to work. Where Brian Flores will look at the situation in front of him and say, okay, we need to do this, that, and the third. If that don't work, all right, let's switch it up right now. Like next series, we're switching it up. Like, we're not waiting until the second half. No, we're going to switch it up right now. And we've seen him do that, man. And that's what I like about Brian Flores, is he's not afraid to just do what needs to be done, or at least goddamn try, you know what I mean? Instead of just keep getting dominated over and over. Kind of, for example, like with the game against the Giants with Ed Donatel, like, it's like no adjustments at all. Just got cooked the whole game, no adjustments. That would never happen on Brian Flores' watch, man.
Nah, so, Donatel was, it's my system. They're going to run my system. We're going to sit back and let it come to us. Frustrating.
But no, man, I love B-Flow.
Skull Mafia, I want to switch the subjects real quick. He says, 4 days until we see QB1 play.
Let's go.
Who do you think QB1 is?
Now, you know me, man. All right, so and this might get spicy, Dave. Don't ask me don't ask me no crazy questions if you don't want to get spicy on here. All right, but no, like, my QB1 is JJ McCarthy, number 9, right? And that's just what it is. Only because, man, this is the thing. I just want to make this clear. I have no issues with Sam Darnold. Only thing I have an issue with is him being my starting quarterback for too long. That's it. Like, that's the only issue, because to me, I feel like I'm confident enough to know that I've watched Sam Darnold play long enough, and I just don't feel like he is a playoff type quarterback. And he definitely ain't a Super Bowl type quarterback. And as a Vikings fan, I stress this. That is my ultimate goal. You know what I mean? So like, hey, look here. I'm ready to see if we can actually go far. And so JJ McCarthy's my QB1 regardless. I'll never call Sam Darnold my QB1 unless he comes out and dominates. He has to earn minds, you know?
He definitely will have to earn it with a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I agree with you. Who I think and who I'm so excited about this season is not Sam Darnold. I think Sam Darnold's a good quarterback. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully KOC's unlocked the seeing ghosts thing out of him. Like KOC improved Kirk Cousins' play. Mm-hmm. Right? I was always hard on Kurt, but Kirk, whatever. It is Sarah knows. There's but he unlocked him. He no longer vapor locked when things went off script. Well, hopefully KOC does the same with Sam Darnold, and Sam Darnold no longer freaks out when he's suddenly under pressure in game times. Mm-hmm. I don't see that with JJ McCarthy. JJ McCarthy's been on the big stage at every single level he's played. Mm-hmm. From high school at one of the premier football development high schools to college and the national championship. Mm-hmm. I think, now here, there's been so much improvement from when we first saw JJ McCarthy come in. And like I said, he came off a national championship, but there's been improvement along the way. And this is where I disagreed with Tyler a little bit last night. Tyler's whole spiel last night is he's not ready. I'd put he's not ready yet, but give him time. We still have a month before that first game. And I can't wait to see the difference in the preseason games. Will Sam Darnold get some playing time this weekend? I hope so. JJ's going to get some playing time this weekend. Yeah. And I want to see him under fire. Let's see how he makes decisions. Let's see how Sam makes decisions. Heck, I'm cool watching Nick Mullins and Jaron Hall as well.
Me too.
But I want to see how they all interact. Mm-hmm. Now, do you think JJ McCarthy is going to be QB1 by week 1?
Yeah, I'm betting on it. And it's been part of it's just because that's what I want. You know what I mean? Reality, I can see them starting Sam Darnold, but I said this on record, is it's not going to last more than 3 weeks. So even if it'll be all right, Vikings fans, for the ones who are ready to see JJ McCarthy, it won't go past the month of September. Don't worry about it. Because this is the thing. When it comes to preseason, Sam Darnold absolutely needs to play. Not only does he need to play, he has to play. Like, facts. Like, so when I think about Sam Darnold, I think about a guy that, probably a great guy, right? Let's just make this clear too, because when we used to talk about Kirk Cousins, I don't want anybody to take this wrong as if we're not liking Sam Darnold as a person, right? But like, he's our quarterback for our team. And we got to understand is he hasn't proved anything. Not only to Vikings fans, but not to Jets fans, not the Panthers fans, not the 49ers fans. He hasn't proved anything. So as far as I'm concerned, him and JJ McCarthy should both have to go out there and show who can play better. Again, because I don't see Sam Darnold just going out there and dominating second and third strings in preseason game. I want to see it. Let's see. Let's get excited. Get me excited. At the end of the day, I absolutely, and I think KOC is going to make him go out there and play for sure.
Well, I'm going to steal something from a good friend of mine, Kevin Smith. He does the call sheet on Fans First Sports Network, and he's a coach. He's a state-winning high school coach in New Jersey. Mm-hmm. He's very good he does shows where he dissects different concepts and all sorts of other things. But what he said about the first preseason game of the year is the first preseason game is not only just for the players to get that, knock the rust off and get into full contact, tackle to the ground, all that mode. It is mainly for the coaches. that the coaches have to get their communications right between upstairs and the headset and to the quarterback and be able to manage the sideline. So when somebody needs to come out, that the replacement is there, whether it's, Booth gets yanked out and they need McLaughlin to go in, that he's standing right there and ready to go. That is what that first game is. Well, part of that is, when you look at it at the micro, is KOC, since he calls play, talking to the quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
KOC has not talked in the headset. I'm sure they may have done it in practice, but has not talked in the headset in a real live bullets flying game to Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
That's why I think Sam Darnold will actually play. It's not like Kirk Cousins, where Kirk had been doing this for years. He knew the system. Everybody knew the system. He knew the calls. He could recite it in his sleep because he would sit there and repeat them on the drive to and from. It's not like that. So he's got to be able to practice that, even with Sam Darnold, because Sam's got to be able to be prepared for week one. Now, I do believe that J.J. McCarthy has also been trying to get a heads up and listen to those calls, whether it be with Adam Thielen catching footballs in the local area. He said one of the things Adam said that helped JJ is he knew the calls. He knew the play calls. Because why? Adam Thielen knows the system. He was one of us. And so he helped him with that. So I think actually JJ's probably got a leg up on that. But we'll find out. But that's what's got to take place on Saturday. And that's why I think we're going to see both, like you said.
And again, like we both agree too. Yeah, we should see both. Like Sam Darnold is not proven, man. Like the Sam Darnold should not be able to sit back and just wait for the season to start. And this is another thing I want to bring up, Dave, real quick. It's like this, right? So, you have your side, you're part of the fans that say, let's not rush, JJ McCarthy out there. And I get that. I have nothing against that either. You know what I mean? I mean, it's logical, right? It's logical depending on how you cut it. And then you have the people like me, right, that are saying, no, he's better. Like, put the better player out there. Just put the better player out there, KOC, please. Like, can we hurry up and get this out the way? Whether you do it now or you do it 10 weeks from now, just put the better player out there just so we can get this started. And I look at it like this. So people would say that it's not fair to throw JJ McCarthy out to the Wolves week one because he's young. It might mess his mental up, which I disagree, because I think JJ McCarthy, that's one of his best traits, is his mentality is one of his strongest traits. So that's why I don't fear throwing him out there and then he crumbles into this thing, because I know you can just see it, man. He's definitely mentally prepared. But again, I just don't think that it's fair if you throw Sam Darnold out there, right? And let's just say we go 1-6 and then the bye week comes out and then you put JJ McCarthy out there. It's like, bro, we're already all the way behind the 8 ball. The confidence, I mean, you're starting them out with unless the coach is going to tell you, hey, the season's pretty much over, but, this is your time. Go out there, Tiger, and let's see what you can do. You know what I mean?
The only way we can mathematically win is if you win out, and we know that.
Yeah, if you win out, and you know what I mean? This season's trash now, but we'll throw you out there now so you can get the journey started. It's like, to me, that's a little unfair. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that seems more damaging. It's like, damn, you didn't believe in me to carry it. If I would have started week one, we would have been, you know what I mean, at least 4-3. You got us at 1-6 now. Now you want to throw me out there or something? Like, so it is a tricky situation. Like it really is. You know what I mean? And we have to just trust the coaches to make the right decision. But which I do. You know what I mean? I do trust our staff, though, man. I trust KOC. I think you're gonna start him.
Well, Tyler's whole argument is you throw him out there too early, you can ruin him, like Haskins was ruined in Washington. Well, I sort of agree with Norsfius on this. It's not in his DNA. His DNA is to win. And he takes losses and turns them around. And as we saw last week, he had the bad Friday. And then Saturday, he was outstanding. He forgot about Friday, which means he obviously learned from it. That's a good thing. Do you think that's going to change on a Sunday, on a given Sunday at the beginning of the season? No. If he plays poorly, he's going to learn from it and come back and improve the next week. I don't think he's going to go into his shell and go hop in his mama's lap and start crying.
The bear.
No. But I don't think that's
great.
him. So
No.
I think they're going to start most likely Sam Darnold unless JJ completely blows everybody out of the water in the next 3 preseason games. Could that happen? Yes, but we're going to see. If not, they start Sam Darnold, and we hope, like I said before, KOC improves Sam Darnold's play, and Sam Darnold can play some good football. Sam Darnold's just learning to get his chemistry right with Justin Jefferson.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, and I mean, and speaking of Justin Jefferson, Justin Jefferson is going to have a big say so as well as how soon JJ McCarthy is going to get out there. Not that he's going to make the ultimate decision, but he will influence it. That's why he's getting paid so much money. They value Justin Jefferson. They're going to let in. He obviously that's the person throwing him the football. So, the moment, I'm going to tell y'all right now, the moment Sam Darnold start messing around and throwing them picks and stuff, seeing ghosts, if it happens, it won't be long before Justin Jefferson's pacing on the sideline. Like, he's going to be a great sport about it, great teammate because he is, but he will be talking to KOC and be like, man, we need to make a change, coach. Like, you need to put 9 in. And their lockers are right next to each other, man. All of this, and the biggest scheme of things, though, we just need to understand this. Sam Darnold was brought in here to do exactly what we know is going to happen. He is just holding it down temporarily. He's a temporary guy. There's nothing long-term about Sam Darnold. He's just here until KOC feels JJ McCarthy is ready. Whether that's week 1, week 2, or next year, it doesn't matter. He's just temporary, though, at the end of the day. So don't fall in love with him. You know what I mean? For real.
Davey Chain said, our interior O-line, you'd hate to see JJ go through what Tarkington went through in his rookie year by running for his life.
Yeah,
Davey, our interior offensive line is what it is. It's that it's not going to improve between now and next year. You're going to get, hopefully they play well, and I do think they will play well, but you're not going to get suddenly better players from, plucking out of the sky. And I was listening to Collar today. Offensive line, and specifically interior offensive line, play over the PFF era, and he wrote the book on PFF, which is a very good book on the history of PFF. But the grades have gone down. Now that's a combination of they don't play the same types of offenses and blocking in college. It's also a combination of parents not getting their kids into Pop Warner type football and junior high and high school, and being that lineman isn't a glory spot. It's the unsung teammate type deal, right? And to be really good at it, you can make very good money. Ask Christian Darrisaw. But they're not coming in and they aren't ready. The pool of the very, very, very good is limited, and it's spread out amongst all 32 teams. And I want to tell Davey, ours is on the preseason rankings. Ours is around 10th. I've seen various rankings from various people that study offensive lines, and we can live with that.
Yeah, I agree.
And so
you have to be able to win with that. You have to be able to find ways to win with that type of ranking, for sure.
And I do believe they're switching from the more outside zone or mid zone style to a more power gap style, which will help as well. So that'll improve our running game. And if you improve your running game, if you're 3rd and short, pass blocking is a little bit easier than if you're 3rd and 9, 3rd and 11.
Yeah.
It makes everything.
I actually think our offensive line is gonna be decent this year, man. From what I'm looking at, I'm not too worried about the offensive line as I used to be like 2 years ago and stuff, where I used to be very, very concerned about it. Right now, I feel like we're in a good place right now where we have at least some solid players with obviously with Darrisaw and O'Neal, and then we're showing a lot of confidence in Blake Brandell. I think Garrett Bradbury is Garrett Bradbury. We talked about this. He might not be the best at pass blocking, but his communication and how he runs the offense, because again, your center has to be another quarterback. So like, and I just think he's very good at communicating, knowing the schemes and stuff, and that's why they keep him around. His part is important. Like what he does it well enough to where KOC, obviously they value him. The Vikings organization values him, obviously, right? Because they're not letting him go anywhere. And then we'll have to see with the right guard with Ed Ingram. Will Ed Ingram take a step forward, which I believe he can. So I feel like our offensive line, I feel, and it takes, and you know this, Dave, like when it comes to offensive line, it usually takes them about 3 years to really hit their
3 to 4 years to get it at this level.
Yeah, mm-hmm. They bloom late. They bloom a little later than most groups. So it's prime time for them right now. So we'll see what happens. You know what I mean?
I think the only latest group the only group that blooms later is tight end, which is around 4 to 5 years. But that is because it is. I think even Bradbury has this problem with big pressure rushers up the middle, power rushers up the middle, and they'll literally lift him off the ground and forklift him back.
Yeah.
Well, he supposedly put on a good 5 or 15 pounds in the off season and strengthened up even more. So, and he did make improvement. He changed his blocking style from where he'd get bent over all the time to now he's doing the speed bump where he releases tension and falls back 6 inches and then builds up and it slows that pass rush down. So, and he is very, very good at calling the blocking scheme.
Right.
Because Kirk didn't do it.
Exactly.
Sorry. Didn't do
Kirk.
it. Right, Sarah? And,
Captain Kirk.
And so it is, I think we're going to be good there. But speaking of the line and me saying they're going to a more power gap, how do you think the run game's going to do this season?
Man, I think the run game is going to be better. It's obvious it's going to be better than last year, but I think it's going to be good. You know, I've Aaron Jones. Everybody knows that's been on my channel. When I talk about Aaron Jones, I call him Dalvin Cook's son. You know what I mean? I always used to call him Dalvin Cook's son. That's obviously when he was with the Ops, man. He was a Packer. Now he's a Viking, so we'll show some love. But I think his run style is a style that I like. As when I look at running backs, I'm like, you know, I want a guy like that can break off a home run. Now, I think Dalvin Cook still was a little quicker with the cuts and stuff like that, but Aaron Jones can definitely do the things that you need to do in the NFL to have a great season, have 1,000+ yard season, which we're looking for in our running back. So I'm excited, man. And not only that, the catching of the football. I think the catching of the football is super important. I know we were looking for KOC to do that year one with Dalvin Cook, and that didn't happen. But I think this year, I think that we'll see it a lot more, and no one better than Aaron Jones to be the one catching it because he does have great hands, man. He can do it all. So I think it's going to be good with Ty Chandler in there as well. Those two together, it's going to be a great running. It's going to be great to watch this year, and I think we should commit to the run a little more than we have been the past 2 years. I think there should be a significant difference where, as fans, we should be like, man, you need to throw the ball a little more a couple of weeks. You know, we need to be like that mad at the team, but it'd be a good thing to lean on the run for sure.
Yeah, I do too. Hey, I want to switch gears real quick because Skull Mafia has talked about it and Gary's talked about it. And that is what happens for the first home game of the season.
Man, Skullfest, man. Listen, if you're in the cities, we got it at Corner Bar this year. Skullfest, you know, last year, we appreciate everybody that showed up. We had a great time last year. Shout out to Mary for donating a bunch of stuff to give away. She's gonna donate some more stuff this year to give away. A lot of cool items, man. I mean, nephew got all kind of great stuff last year. Gary bringing jerseys and stuff, man. It was great, man. Just everybody getting together, positive vibes, talking Vikings. This year we got a bigger venue. It's right next to, like, pretty much right around the corner from US Bank. So everything's right downtown, man. It's going to be good, man. So if you're in the city, just make sure you come and definitely tap in with us, man. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be fun. So thank you, Dave, for sharing that too with everybody, man, because it's going to be nice.
I wish I could be there. I know people are harping on me to come on up. I probably will not make it. I've talked to Gary about it numerous times. But I really do like Miss Mary's idea about sending something for a prize.
Yeah, if you got anything, any kind of anything. It can be a card, a collector card, or just a card, a picture, whatever you got. If you want to send it, just reach out to me, and because what we're gonna have to do, we'll send it to Yogi, or we'll send it to one of the GG boys. I think Casey will send it because they live in the city, so we'll send it there just so it's already there when we get there. But for sure.
I encourage anybody, any fan that lives in the area or can make it up to the Twin Cities, that you do this. Fantastic. It's the night before the first home game, and then everybody generally goes to the home game the next day. And the last year was the inaugural Skullfest. This is the second one. And from what I heard, it was a blast. Everybody's Gary says send bourbon. They'll send bourbon my way. I'll send something else. There's some artwork I may have to get printed up for it, but we'll see. But that it's fun, and it's camaraderie, and all the fans get together, and you get to meet people that you talk to every night on these shows, and that's fantastic. And as Anthony says, this community is awesome.
It really is. It really is, man. So it was so great last year, like sitting in the venue and people walking in the door and just walking up and saying, "Hey, I'm so and so," and it's like, oh dang, you know what I mean? Because you build such a great relationship with these people, and you know them as their handles. Everybody doesn't use their real name. So it's just like, I'm Skull for life, and it's like, oh, you're Skull for life, and it's just, you're looking at it, and it's just one of those things where it's like, man, it's a great time, man. I mean, I love it, man. This year I'm excited to meet Barber. We got who just commented, Skull for life, Barber, man. I can't wait to meet that brother, man. We're gonna be up there. He's been talking about coming out there and connecting with us, so I'm looking forward to that, man. There's gonna be a couple new people hopefully Delton gonna be there. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it, man. We had a great time, man. So absolutely, thank you for that, Dave, though, man, for sharing that on the show tonight.
Well, I think it's fantastic. Like I said, I wish I could be there, but it looks like I cannot, but we'll find out. So we didn't cover special teams, but I'll cover one for you. What do you think of the assassin?
The assassin on special teams? Are you hold on?
Reichard. His nickname is the assassin.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
And there's a whole bunch of artwork that I'm sure is going to come out of my mind just because of that. But they call him the assassin. He hit 2 long balls today, one at 47, and I think the other one was like 53, and they were straight down the middle. Tons of room. They could have hit from probably close to 70. He's only missed 2 field goals all camp.
Oh, wow.
Are you excited that we have a kicker that hopefully we don't have to hold our breath for?
Man, I definitely do. So it's crazy. Like when I did the draft videos, when we drafted them, I said, like, listen, the 3 key draft picks, or 2 of them are the obvious, the first 2 picks in the draft for us, and then Will Reichard. Like I said, that pick right there, because when we first did it, I seen some fans that were like, a kicker, really? But it's like, listen, you want to get that right though. Like for real, like especially as Vikings fans, we should be the last one saying, a kicker, really? Yes, bro, a kicker, yes. Like especially a kicker from Alabama. For what I like about him is he comes from a big program that's been in big stadiums. He's used to pressure kicks. Like he's been in a lot of obviously huge games. So and I like it, man. I'm okay with the pick. I'm hearing all the great stuff. I mean, you say that today. I think the other last practice, Dave, he hit like 5 in a row, right? I think, or because Will Raggets posted. He hit like a 38-yarder, a 43, 256s or something. So it's like he's striking.
Yeah, and you saw those,
so,
and they would have been good for 70, 75.
That's what I'm saying.
We're straight down the middle.
And again, those, and what we have to do too, though, with the kicker is understand that we still have to see it in the game with the crowd yelling, with actual pressure, like, hey, we need you to make this kick so we can win the game and get first place in NFC North, or jump up a spot to make it to third place, or we need to win this game so that we can get back in the playoff hunt, and you need to make this kick. Like those are the things we need to see. But hey, I think he's that guy, man. So I'm with him. I mean, Walmart sponsor, bro. It don't get no better than that. Come on, man. You know what I mean? Come on, man.
I see T-Bass is, throwing a little ice on the party. Says we've got to see him, and yes, T-Bass, you are 100% correct. Yeah. We've got to see all these kids play.
We do.
And hopefully they do. Hopefully this effort this year, T-Bass, will be enough that it turns your pessimism into a little bit of optimism. And you're right about it. Hopefully the KOC doesn't have any close games to where we have to worry about the kicker. I agree with that. Yeah. That would be nice.
Yeah. T-Bass is very critical on our team. You know what I mean? Like he's very critical, man.
And you need views from all sorts of sides. And T-Bass is fine. Love T-Bass.
Yeah, me too.
Because he's been around as long as I have. And he's seen the disappointment. But
he's sick of it.
and he wants it better. And I want it better for him, damn it.
Right.
So now I just got one more question before we close up tonight's show.
Sir.
You used to rap.
I did. Yeah.
And sing. Tell us how long you've been doing that and what got you into it.
So but probably I've been doing that since about 2008 is when I started like my music career down in Charleston, and I've traveled and done shows like in other states and stuff like that. And just enjoy doing music. Like I just love being creative too. So one thing about me is I love just creating. So whether that's a podcast or whether that's music or anything, I'm just creative type of dude, man. I enjoy it. So music is one of my passions. It's one of my hobbies that I like doing too. So it's just one of those things. I've been doing it for a while now. I slowed down, but hey, somebody brought me out of retirement, man. Somebody definitely took me out of retirement.
Well, I'm a creative as well. Always has been, whether it be my art, something else. And I wrote a song that I shared with you. I wrote the lyrics. You picked the music and then you sang it. And it's called Are You Ready?
Yeah.
And you're going to see more of it come Skullfest, hopefully.
Yeah, you will.
What did you think of that?
Man, I loved it. First of all, shout out to you for writing the song. And I know Norse is in the chat. Norse is ready for him. He wants us to write a song too. I'm waiting on Norse he sent me some lyrics, but I'm going to tell you, man, it takes a lot of courage to actually write lyrics. First of all, to want to put them out to the public, right? But man, when you first sent me the song, the lyrics, I was like, yo, I really like this. It makes so much sense. It has that vibe to it. And I'm very some people might go and listen to some of my music and you'll be like, okay, so you're doing a song like this. So I'm versatile in a way when it comes to music, because I'm not really tunnel vision when it comes to music. Like obviously I used to rap, so I would make a lot of rap music that would be more street music and stuff like that. But I also have done pop type songs and rock type vibe songs. So being able to mix all of it together, like me and you, Dave, we're just both creators. So like at the end of the day, I see a vision and I'm ready to go for it, man. And when you sent me the lyrics, I was like, yeah, we can make this happen. This is lit. So it turned out great too, man. I'm glad you were happy with it. At the end of the day, it was your words, your writing. So I'm glad you liked it. And Yeah, man, let's get it.
Well, I thought of you because the way it came out, I like epic, but I also like rap.
Right.
And I thought it would be the perfect mix to discuss the heartache and the triumph of the Minnesota Vikings team. And that was my point. And the whole idea of getting psyched up every year and knowing that we have a chance. And like, I think this year is one of our best chances to improve the team. I'm not saying we're going to the Super Bowl. I think that hopefully starts next year, but who knows? We may get lucky. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
But I wanted to get the feelings of us old timers like T-Bass and Gary to even the younger set. And Gary saying, play it. Well,
Gary's a music head too, man. Gary's a music head for sure, man. Shout out Gary. He sends me songs all the time, man. Gary's definitely a music head. So if he says it's good, it's good. God damn it.
Well, first off, I want to thank you for joining me today on this SKOL'ing with Friends. It's been fantastic. Where can they find your stuff? Oh, you froze there a second.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, good.
I wanted to thank you for being on the inaugural live version of SKOL'ing with Friends.
Yeah.
And tell everybody where they can find your show.
Yeah, so make sure you go subscribe to Vocal Vike on YouTube. That's where I'm at. So, yeah, Vocal Vike. Go to YouTube, Vocal Vike. Hit the like button on the videos because that pushes the videos, this one in particular. So, like, it's very important for the supporters to make sure you're hitting the like button when you come in. I call it wipe your feet at the door. You know what I mean? Like, you got to do that. It's free, right? But yeah, hit the subscribe button. Like Dave said, we're pushing for the 10K. So let's get us there. Like I said, tell a friend to tell a friend. So yeah, man, let's get to it, Dave. I'm ready, man. I'm excited to hear it again too. We get to hear it?
Yeah, we get to hear it.
Let's go.
It's going to be part of the rollout. We're going to play the whole song, but I want to thank everybody that's joined us tonight. You guys absolutely freaking rock. Yeah, and we love you for it. And
absolutely.
Here it is, baby. Here it is.
Skol, baby. Yeah. In the land of the Vikings, under the northern sky, a tale of seeker, reaching for victory high, never treading paths where the others have failed, in search of new doors, where success has been hailed. So are you ready? Are you ready for the fight to come? The countdown begins, you hear the beat of the drum. Your life has just begun, echoes in the night. A new era dawns under the stadium lights. Are you ready? 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 Yeah.
That wasn't supposed to happen. I hit the wrong button. Let's see. There we go. Now we should try it again.
Let's go. Yeah. In the land of the Vikings, under the northern sky, a tale of seeker, reaching for victory high, never treading paths where the others have failed, in search of new doors, where success has been hailed. So are you ready? Are you ready for the fight to come? The countdown begins, you hear the beat of the drum. Your life has just begun, echoes in the night. A new era dawns under the stadium lights. Are you ready? 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 Yeah. The hero walks lightly on a line so thin. Uh-oh to the players. Fire in the wind, under the watchful eye, a fan, a foe, a friend. Remember your roots, on that you can depend. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for the game's thrill? As the season approaches, you feel the chill. Your life has just begun. The chorus rings true. A change in guard, a strategy new. Heroes come and heroes go. The song does reveal a bond so real. The seeker, the hero, in the lyrics we find it mirrors a team's journey, a tale of a kind. The mirror of a team's journey, the tale of a kind. So are you ready? Are you really ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? So here's the song of a team. In the lyrics we see a constant quest for glory, a will to be free. So are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? The echoes fade away in the land of Vikings where the legends play. Are you ready? 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 Yeah. The song does reveal the essence of a team, a bond so real. The seeker, the hero, in the lyrics we find it mirrors the team's journey, a tale of a kind. The mirror of a team's journey, a tale of a kind. So are you ready?
Thank you for watching and listening to this production from Vikings First and Skol, SKOL'ing with Friends. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell, and rate us over on your favorite aggregator, as we are partnered with the Fans First Sports Network, bringing the purple to you, by fans, for fans. And what do we say? Skol Vikings!